I play the leading man. Who else? Fran, the Magicite.
Now then, I'll take that.
No, you won't. I found it. It's mine.
And then when I take it from you, it'll be mine. Exit stage right.
The gods do not smile on us.
I like it better that way.
Alright everyone, so I kind of dropped you guys in the middle of the cutscene just then because I noticed at the start of everything that I've been saying has been getting cut off, and I wasn't exactly sure when. It turns out if I had just, you know, been watching that elapsed time notification at the top, then I would have seen when the time actually started, so I could have just, you know, waited or something. For those that were watching the previous video and saw me balls up that puzzle before, it turns out what I missed at the end was I just hadn't got close to one of the doors, close enough to one of the doors that I had checked for the green light to show up that showed up in the cutscene once I put the signet in the floor. So it felt kind of stupid, especially after I did that balls up sort of stupid shit at the beginning of the puzzle. So yeah, it was kind of annoying that I had solved the puzzle. I just hadn't walked 2 more steps in the right direction to see where I was going. So yeah, I wasn't going to do this video, but after realizing that, I was like, I've got to redeem myself tonight somehow before I go to bed. Alright, I'll stop talking over the action.
What's going on?
Nothing much.
Impeccable timing. If I didn't know better, I'd say they were waiting all along. Stop running! End of the line. You have something that belongs to me.
Just gonna throw it out there. I think the problem was overloading, you know, too much weight, but fuck it, what do I know? Oh, I know right. Flying motorcycles.
It disappeared.
Forget it. Even if we could fly, the Ifrit's playing with fire, and I'd rather not get burned. We'll go the old-fashioned way. Not many Vieira where you come from, thief.
It's Vaughn. Sorry.
Well, Fran is special in that she deigned to partner with a human.
Oh? Like a sky pirate that chooses to steal through sewers.
Pirates? You're sky pirates? So you have an airship?
It's both here. Listen, thief, Van, if you ever want to see your home again, you'll do exactly as I say. Myself, Fran, and you, we're working together now. Understood?
Don't even think you're getting this.
The thought never crossed my mind.
Yay! Ooh. Alright, so finally a party of 3. Fran's not a great character. Like, she's all-rounder and good, but, you know, she doesn't really excel at much, but, you know, she, I always used to put her on range, some healing or restorative gambits, and she always used to do the trick. Baltier, always used to keep her in around. 1, you know, banter, because awesome, and 2, fucking guns. He has guns. Everyone else is walking around with, like, sticks and shit. Don't get me wrong, swords and other, you know, melee weapons are better, like, cooler to me, but, you know, this guy's got a gun shooting at people trying to hit him with a sword from miles away. Miles. A few feet away, but still. Alright, so let's set these guys up here. Okay, apparently it doesn't auto push them towards where they're meant to go. Like I thought, I really don't know where guns would be. Or maybe if I just read the bottom. Like a smart person. Guns. Machinist. Alright. Let's take a quick preview. Yep. The Altair. It's got a couple more over here. Well, 1. Exactly 1 more over here. Just check a couple of others just in case. So we could go the route of Archer as well. So I'm probably gonna put Archer onto a Pinello anyway. Fran, I seem to recall, did crossbows? Apparently not. What does she have equipped? Short bow. Alright. So she can go Archer. Ah, there we go. Got a few extra ones there. Alright. And just a reminder, unless you reload saves or anything, once you select that, like I just did, it's permanent. You're not going back. So you know, it seems like I'm doing these flippantly, but you know, I have done them before, technically. Well, sorry, I have played the game before, so you know, I do kind of know where I'm going with this already. I just haven't played the Zodiac system one. Alright, Machinist. Shit, I'll just double check his equipment. Yep. Alright. So we're gonna go with that. Now, all your party members gather license points even when they're not in the party. So when you get a new member, they'll have the license points that is pre-spent on their boards, as well as any license points you've earned since then. I can't remember whether it's 1-to-1 or not, to be honest. But you know, it'll be relative to how many you've earned with your active party. So we're just going to go through and spend those quickly. The equipment that they came with is probably going to be good enough, so we're going to try and aim for you know, either health buffs or something like that at the moment. Huh. Okay, this seemed pretty far away from where we are on the board for this guy. Huh. Alright, so I don't really know where I'm going to take this. So I might just not do anything with him for now. Give her first aid. That could be handy even at this level if I can reach it. 30, 30, 30, 30, 30, 30. Right, I'm probably going to be dealing more damage than foes. I'm going to go this way because she's probably not going to be defeating a lot of foes by herself. And if we're gaining MP after taking damage as well as gaining MP after dealing it, it should make up for the magic points we're not getting from defeating foes at the moment. Especially if her reaction time's getting reduced by 1/10. Alright. So we should be ready. So, hey, hello dancing white squares on the blue background. Sorry everyone. Alright, so yeah, maybe I'll do this about me shit now. So the only people that have watched this so far already know who the fuck I am, so if you already know this stuff, sorry about that. So yeah, I'm a guy from New Zealand. I, believe it or not, I'm a scientist slash technologist slash lecturer. The job titles are fucking sound way more technical than that, but those are the three main things that I fall into. Finished a Bachelor of Technology degree in 2012. Finished my Master's degree in Engineering in August of last year. Finally heard back that passed that in like late November, early December or something like that last year. So you know, despite what it seemed last episode and when I tried to convince you that I'm smarter than I seemed, I am qualified, if that counts. Anyways, back to the story. Used up all that time. Alright, so we're making our way back through the piss and shit. Great. We get to do our gambits now, finally. So, for those that haven't played, the gambits are sort of like a programming hierarchy. If this, then that sort of scenario. So it could be if you've got a healer. You could say if party member below 80% health cast your cure. As you're later in the game, it could be if party member lower than 20% cast Curaga. And for your other enemies, it might be something like attack leader's target or attack not leader's target, things like that. Basically, you're setting up programming scenarios per character. So we've got one on screen now, and since the computer handles your offhand characters automatically, these are their priorities. These are the things that they'll do without you controlling them. And if you want them to do anything outside of these, you have to manually tell them what to do. And you only start off with a couple at the moment. So here we've got Balthier with any ally. He'll cast First Aid, which it restores health for critical allies. Restores health for allies with critical health. And he will automatically attack the foe nearest visible, which is okay in most situations. If you're trying to make your way through areas without getting sidetracked, you may want to turn options like that off, because your party members will try and attack any ally that's closest, which can get you in fights that you don't necessarily want to be in. The alternative to that is just hold down R2, which will put all of your party into the flee status, which means that the gambits won't kick in until you've finished fleeing. Alright, so what's happened now is the computer's automatically reset his first gambit to casting a potion on any ally below 70%. So you can set these up to use items as well as actions. When you're setting these gambits for your items, try and try and think about it a bit, especially since these are going to chew through your available stock. So you don't want to be setting HP lower than 100% use X potion, because you'll be wasting most of that X potion, since it'll try and cast it as soon as it's lower than full health. But it's something you'll get the hang of. Not everyone uses the same brackets or bins, if you want to call them that, when they're choosing these. If you're going to play this and you haven't played it before, you'll definitely find the things that work best for you. And see, what's happened now is the computer has swapped the blue with the red, so this is now setting the priority. So the way it was, it would always try and heal first if there was an ally with HP lower than 70%. Now this way around, even if there is an ally lower than 70%, Balthier will only try to heal them if there are no foes present, or no foes within attackable range. Which, if you're setting up a character for a healer, you probably want them to heal first, but Balthier's not necessarily a healer, so you can set it as a secondary on him, and that way he'll probably only be healing after battles or at the end of battles. But as long as you've got some sort of healing as a higher priority for someone else, you can have it on other people's gambit boards if they're a bit lower as well. Now I don't know how many of you are reading that stuff at the bottom, but I probably was saying most of the shit that I was saying, and yeah, sorry for really dragging that out. Yeah, I stated in the second video that this wasn't meant to be like a how to do everything or whatnot, but apparently I'm just talking about whatever the fuck happens on screen. So apparently this video is a bit of everything, and yeah, woo. Alright, so now he's basically going through the idea that if you're in you can set up scenarios where if enemy weak to fire, cast fire on enemy, stuff like that. Or you can set up people to, check your gambits as well in the areas you're in. Because if you're in an area where enemies are resistant to fire, or worse, heal from it, you definitely want to be turning, cast fire off or things like that. We'll go through that more as we go on together, I'm sure. Sorry for taking up the time now.
Most likely thought to take advantage of a lax watch at the palace while the fate's on, to feed the good consul a length of steel for his supper. I should think Vane used to such hospitality. Clever. He used himself as the bait to draw them near, and then sent in the air brigade. A fine, bloody banquet. I dare say I've soiled my cuffs. If a dungeon's waiting for us at the end of the night, it had best have a change of wardrobe.
Okay. I'm just going to do a quick now, so Van is the main characters, so you can control them yourself. One thing I like to do is set his first attack. Wait. Yeah, his highest priority attack thing to attack the nearest visible enemy. One thing where I find this comes handy is if you're not paying attention to the minimap, or you're in a particular area where it just isn't showing up on the minimap yet, he'll automatically target an enemy, so you'll see that blue targeting line that pops out. It can kind of act as like a forewarning. One thing I will do is change this second one out, since I can pretty much manually change his target should I need to. Actually no, I'm going to manually do the healing if he needs it. Keep it so that, yep, so this way around, unless I pick a target, he's not going to have a party leader target to automatically go for, so it's going to go for the nearest visible. But with this order around, if I ever decide to change the target, let's say he attacks the strongest enemy and I want to wipe out the weak ones first, this way around, once I change that target, that'll be the party leader's target, and you'll keep going to that one until it's done, or until I pick a different one. Anyways, I've been talking a lot, and there's been a lot of menus, so even though there's a couple other things I want to do, this has been 22 minutes and I've really gone like fucking nowhere. So I'm gonna run around for a bit, probably go to the dungeon boss, if it is a boss, and then call it there, because yeah, 22 minutes and it's just mainly been me talking. And you know, I don't hate you guys enough to make you put up with that for too long. Was this the same map as I was before? No, I'm on the right hand side of the sluice gates. Alright. Cool. Actually, I will change one of these guys. Probably Fran. No, actually, that seemed about right for me. Alright, so see what happened there. Van pulled out his, oh, no, he didn't target shit, never mind. I'm just gonna see if he will target the next enemy automatically. No, he won't. Alright, so my thought process into those gambits apparently was a little fucked. So let's see what happens if I swap them around. Oh. Okay. So apparently I just straight up didn't turn his gambits on, so that could be a very good reason. So I'm about to change those back the way I had them. Yep. And then actually turn them on. Alright, great. So now they should be doing what I said originally. He will automatically target the nearest. But if I change the target, he should keep with when I set it to manually. Alright, good. Awesome. And now, back to my comments in the previous video about the game playing itself. This whole time before I could set the gambits, I've been avoiding using them, as I mentioned, because I didn't know what they were set at exactly. Yeah, I had a fair idea, but you know, it didn't really hurt to be doing him manually at the time. Yeah, doing him manually. Great choice of words. But you know, I was pretty much just selecting attack, selecting the enemy over and over again, which, you know, there's nothing wrong with it, but for me personally, that gets a bit more tiresome in video games than just being able to set it to do automatically. Like, take some dungeon crawlers where, you know, most of the time you're just pressing, you know, X, you know, a number of times to perform a combo. You know, it is fine, but you know, that's not necessarily playing to me either. That's, you know, that's just directed button mashing to me. You know, if you're in a particular game like that where you're learning different combinations of the buttons, or you know, there's different attacks, you know, there's a bit more to those then. But here, since the other option is X, you know, X, this just removes that for me, and you know, I can focus my attention somewhere else. I can dare I say it, but I can also, you know, reduce the wear on my X button. You know, out of all the buttons, it's one of the ones that gets the most use. Alright, fuck it, I'm gonna go hit a toad in the ass. This is a bit lower than I usually like to let the party lead's health get to. But if your party lead goes down in this game, you just pick a new party lead and you can keep going, so it's not too big a deal as long as not everyone dies at once. And also, I'm just trying to see when Baltier's first aid kicks in. It should be about 5%. I think 5% is what they consider critical in Final Fantasy. Okay. And talking about the piss and shit, as I have in the previous video, we're on the other side of these waterways. Balthier did mention that he sold his cups, so maybe we are in the piss and shit sewer. See, so Vaan automatically targeted the nearest, but I actually want him to attack the stealing that is there instead. So now I'm going to switch it, and now that it's the party lead, he should stick with that until I'm ready. Okay, just saw a green targeting line from Balthier, meaning that he was targeting Vaan. He did cast it on Vaan, but Vaan fucking died. So gonna select a new party member. Gonna go with Balthier because he's got the most health, and since, you know, yeah, just since you fucking know, mate. Yeah, I got no further explanation of that. No, I don't remember how to change party members. Okay, so it's the up button. Going with Vaan, and gonna manually heal myself. Alright, great. Um, there wasn't really much keeping the party alive when they all got to lower health, so yeah, fuck leaving her on all nearest visible for now. So just to make sure we can try and keep health up, I'm going to set her with a gambit at, for allies less than HP 50%, and just make it a... Oh, did I go too far? Basic potion. Alright, and I'll set it that way since that potion does about 120. And yeah, 2 parts of my party are barely over that, so I'm going to set it higher. I'm going to be using more potions than are necessary for most of the party. Alright, good. Nice, Fran. That was nice of you. Oh, me too. Great. Alright, sussed. So, you see there, she used 1 on me and herself. I didn't go up hugely, but she's full health. Whereas so if I had set her at 70%, she would have only been to about, what was she at, 180? Yeah, so and 7 to 56. So plus 7. Yeah, she would only have lost about 60 health before she would have used one, meaning that, you know, half of the potion is, well, wasted, pretty much. Apparently this video is going to be a little bit longer, and I've done this one, you know, over past midnight as well, so kind of hoping it's not going to be too long, because I was planning on watching a movie before heading to bed, and you know, I'm on leave at the moment, so I don't have to worry about work in the morning or shit like that, but it's a bit harder to watch watch a movie at this hour, because everything just seems so fucking loud. And I always get like this worried / always self-conscious thing that it's going to be too loud for the neighbors, even though the soundproofing where I'm at is brilliant. Like, I share a wall with the neighbors and can't hear them, so it should be good, but you know, I just don't want to be a dick to the neighbors, even if they do park in front of my fucking garage. Dicks. Actually, they're pretty nice people as far as I can tell, but, yeah, still parked in front of my garage. That's not necessary. Now, one thing with this is, there's no easy differentiation between the save files. Like, I can't remember exactly, but I think originally there was some, like, picture or something of where you were, so you could have a save file outside of a dungeon and one inside and be able to tell them apart pretty easily. So this time I guess I just got to take more notice of the timestamps. Alright, we are coming up to where I'll probably end this video. So we have Ash meeting Van. Basically everyone that's in love with everyone else looks related already, except for those two, although I don't think they're an actual item, but you know. So in the current setup, I've got Fran to help me with whoever I'm targeting, and Balthier to target, just whoever's nearest to him, I think. So I usually like to have one character that is, one dealing character who is attacking the same character as the target. That way we whittle down my main target. And one who targets someone else if possible. Just
Thank
that way
you.
so there's a bit of damage being taken away from everyone else as
And
well.
this is Balthier, and hey! What's your name?
Amalia.
Amalia.
Amalia, huh? Nice to meet you.
There were others with me. I'm sorry. No.
Oh, now wasn't that impressive?
Don't get any ideas. I said it's mine.
I'm afraid the jury's still out on that one.
You stole that?
Yeah.
Have you finished? When the guards don't report in, they'll come looking for us.
If they aren't already.
You should come with us. Better than being by yourself.
Very well.
What's wrong with her?
You have a lot to learn before we even get started on your thievery.
What's that mean?
Alright. So I only got a couple of screens left here,
The
so...
situation requires I accept such help as I find, though it be from thieves.
So this
I
shouldn't
shall
be...
accompany you until we find my companions. No longer.
So this shouldn't be
Let's
much
think
more
of her as a
to...
guest then. Unlike Fran or myself, our guest probably won't be taking orders from anyone anytime soon, and she'll leave when she pleases. So we keep to our affairs and she to hers. I doubt we'll find her wanting in valor, being such an upstanding member of the insurgents.
Resistance.
Same thing. So yeah, we just had Belp here casually inform us of what things are like in real life, but you know, you can't order people around. But basically, your game version of this is a guest NPC. You can't control it directly. Blah 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 blah.
Well, what are we waiting for?
But yeah, as I was trying to say before, you know, the scripted characters kept interrupting me. We've only got 2 more screens here, pretty much, so yeah, there shouldn't be long to go, even though we're almost up to the 40-minute mark. I think we fight a fucking plan down here. I'm pretty sure we fight a fucking dessert of some kind. But yeah, well, once we get out of here, we'll call it a night and, you know, on our way. Ah! Knew it. Oh, shit. Heaps of flan. Alright, and if anyone's familiar with the series, physical attacks are a bit of a waste of time on flying in most games. Thankfully they're a bit more forgiving in Final Fantasy XII, which is nice because apart from Ash or Amalia, as she introduced herself before, we don't have anyone that really does any magic, offensive magic at the moment. I would be fucked by a dessert. Since this isn't a 1990s comedy film, that is not my ideal version of this scenario. Okay. Allies are blind, so better help them so they can actually do damage. I think there's actually a few versions of these we have to come down here and kill throughout the game for hunts and shit. Haha! I have conquered your deliciousness. So yeah, that's pretty much where we're going to call it for tonight. So we've got the usual Final Fantasy victory fanfare. Huzzah! Alright, this video was way longer than I wanted it to be, and it's pretty late, so, you know, I know no one actually watches these whilst we're live yet, but if you come to watch this later, thanks for watching, and have a good one. Cheers!